Hi, my name is Cedric Wright,
I'm Josh Schulte.
Elijah Real.
Timmy Hunt.
and we are the MAPS team. We were originally two MAPS teams. One of us working specifically for NAMI and one of us specifically working for Arch Front Steps. And because our goals ended up being so similar, we merged into one. Our project, what we're to provide for both organizations, is a resource that they can give to their clients where they can actually have consolidated information on other resources that they can get to. By using Google Maps, we created items that could be placed directly into their website to guide their clients to other resources such as housing, hot food, emergency shelter, clothing, things of the like. Of course, that's the purpose of our project. That's exactly what we set out to do, and I think that we ended up accomplishing that, and more so. We provided a resource for anybody who needs that sort of help or a resource. I'm going to turn over to Josh. He's going to talk about some of our methods and how we implemented that.
At the beginning of the process, we knew we had this information that we needed to provide a more concise and efficient way to view it online. We started by compiling a list of the resources that we gathered from NAMI and Front Steps websites that they felt would be useful for their constituents. And we just decided that the best way to go about this in a group process would be to divide it up based on the resources, as Cedric said, like food, shelter, clothing, etc. We each took a section or two of those and started building our own maps. And our original plan was to combine these maps into one conglomerate map that could be toggled on and off based on what resource you were looking for. And that is where we really encountered our first problem, which was not the first, and I think Eli would like to explain.
Oh, great. Okay, so basically, like Josh said, we were trying to create a huge map that you could toggle through. Had a legend. We wanted a legend on the side, so you could just click the legend if you needed to find, say, social services. You click the tab that said social services. The map would eliminate all points except for the social services, and you could go through, click and find things either in your area or just find things in your area, find walking routes, bus routes, however you need it, whatever you needed to get to that resource. What we found out as we were researching is that Google Maps doesn't exactly provide these features. And if they do, you pretty much had to go through a process called getting an API key. We found a lot of this out because we had help from outside, and our outside help, his name was Keen Hayward. He kind of pointed us in the direction, gave us a couple of other options. We tried to use GPS Visualizer, but again, you had to go through the API key, which was the second big challenge. We could have created the toggle maps, but A, they were very complicated and very time consuming, and then we had to get the nonprofits to register for an API key. And that involved some things that they weren't really comfortable with. So we weren't able to go that route. We did, one of the things that led us towards that toggling feature was we saw a map from NOLA Foods, and I did talk to a woman there. Her name was Joanna Gershom, and she would have been able to help us if we'd had enough time. Unfortunately, we didn't have the time to do it. But I have talked to her, and Sean, she has said she will help you with your next class. So I will get you that information.
And so basically by creating all these maps, we've achieved basically putting all these locations and sites onto a geographical and locational way so that anyone can go online and find where these locations are. Because before we had come in and look at all these sites, Front Steps and NAMI had all these sites just listed out by address, with just a textual description rather than actually showing us a map of where they were. And so we've achieved basically how to, or putting all the locations on the map so that anyone can see where they are with, and they can just click on each of the icons and see like the hours, websites, that physical address, and all these other things. And I wanted to talk about one issue that I actually had with one of my maps with food services, prepared meals for Arch Front Steps, since that's a pretty big component of providing to the homeless population of Austin. There are actually about like 59 prepared food locations in Austin, compared to maybe like 5 or 10 for each of the other 7 resources that the Maps teams also created maps for. And so an easy way that I actually found to create that map was I found a website called batchgeocode.com, in which I could actually type in, enter the spreadsheet that had all the addresses of all these 59 locations, and this site would automatically find all the latitude and longitudinal sites for it, and then it would give it to me in a KML format, which is a map format which Google Maps, Google Earth, and any other probably map software can read, and then just uploads all the information from the table right onto the map.
So we definitely learned a lot in our project about working together and about using new technology and social media, such as it can be unpredictable. Something that we thought would be simple when we set out to do it. Turns out there's a bit more work with it. But we definitely enjoyed the project. We enjoyed working with each other, and I think we had a great team with the perfect skill set and mindset to do this. We also learned a lot about the services that we were working with, such as the fact that before this project I wouldn't necessarily have thought there would have been a great demand on the Front Step side for a lot of homeless people using internet resources. But through this and through our collaboration with Front Steps and Arch, we've learned that there's quite a bit of that. And something like this makes it much easier, especially since it integrates very easily with the bus system, which is also heavily relied upon for the homeless population in Austin. So in learning about everything that we've done, we've provided a great resource, and hopefully it'll be used for the benefit of each organization that we provided it for.